Okay, welcome back. It's me again. Okay, so in the last section of this video, we set up what you see here on the left-hand side, and boom, transition. I put a pretty webcam in this one because I was tired of looking like a sallow, sad, dead person. So we've got me on here, and we've got our game in there. Everything is going swimmingly, and then we go back to how the sausage is made. Okay, so in the break, in the meantime, woo, suddenly instant doing things, I also set up a different layout, which means that you don't have this large box here. So Erin has done this, it's awesome. Here's the schedule. So what this allows you to do is make an image that has your schedule on it, and then you can actually just pop that in there. So let's say that I had the great thing about OBS, look, let me just bring this over here so this is more obvious. This is a window full of images and things. Just set it over this side. And you can just drag and drop. Okay, boom, I just put a thing in there. So let's say that this isn't this awesome button that Erin made. It's in fact my schedule. So I can just drop this in here. And now I have this awesome button as my schedule. And I can hit the transition button, and then we can see my schedule there below the thing where it says schedule. And I can then make it go away again. I can say, buy this image, remove. Yes, I do want to remove image 4, because you know what? I decided I didn't like it. So what if you don't want to do that? What if that's a little bit too complicated? That's just fine. So the other thing that you can do is use one of these other overlays here. You can see them, these ones here, which are just a very simple banner at the top or bottom. They're very straightforward. They don't have this additional gap for the webcam, but you can still use one within it. So I wanted to show you how to do that. So I grabbed my game and I grabbed one of those overlays. You can see it here. It's actually just called Image 3 right now because I drag and dropped it, and I should rename it to Overlay 2. And you can see here that I've got the overlay and I've got my WoW within that. I can hide the WoW, I can hide the overlay. So if I want to have this more simple setup when I am playing a game, which is, you know, it's me playing a game, trying not to fall off this rock, then where should I put my webcam? Good question, me. So most games, well, most games that I've played at least, tend to have a chat thing down here. So I say chat, and it pops up both in the middle and down there on the left hand side. And that's why most people have their webcam in the screen in this position, which you can see I've got it over here on the one I'm recording that I'm showing to you. So let's do that. So let me go back into here, and I'm going to add the video capture device. And we already added the video capture device. We've got our add existing C920. Oh my god, it's so giant. Let's fix that. And then let's use Alt, slide it in, crop out the kitty. And then we can pull it down to here, and then we make it smaller. And what I'm looking for it to do is basically just to cover up this chat box here. You can see there's a chat box there. Let me transition this so you can actually see it. You can see there's a chat box there. And then we want to sit me over top of that. And that's why most of the time you see people having their cameras over the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Okay, cool. So we sat me over that chat box. And now we're like, okay, cool, we did it. Doesn't look too bad. Good job, Olivia. Oh, wait, no, the pink banner, yeah, it's underneath it. It's not so good. Okay, so let's fix that. How do we fix that? We're going to put the overlay above the webcam. Now, there we go. Pretty straightforward. I mean, this doesn't look quite as sexy as this one, but, you know, if you don't have something to put here, or you don't want to do that, you feel like you'd rather not have this much text, you want to make your game bigger in the window, that's just fine. This one works just fine. And you could probably do some fun, intelligent things around making your webcam look better than mine does right now by, you know, repositioning it. Oh god, that's not what I wanted to do. Repositioning the webcam so that you've got more of your hairdo in it, that kind of thing. But basically, that's the large reason why people put their webcam on the bottom left-hand side, is just to make sure that it goes over top of chat. So, all right, now we need to go back to desktop capture and transition this in. So you can actually see what's going on. Okay, so just again, show you this again, because I just realized I did it wrong. So this, you know, we've got this here, and the reason that people put it there is to sit it over the top of the chat. So you just can't see, you know, if someone sends you a rude message on the internet, you don't want to necessarily have that on your stream. So let's not do that. Let's just cover up our chat with the box here. And again, like when I talked then, I had speech bubbles on. Most games don't have speech bubbles on, or don't have a speech bubble settings that you can turn it off. It's probably a good idea to do that sort of thing, just so you're a little bit more protected from people coming on your stream and using speech bubbles to say rude words or that kind of thing. Within WoW, it's a setting. I just don't happen to have it turned on right now. Within most games, there's a way to either hide that or turn it off. So that might not be a bad idea. All right, so we've got our webcam and our game, or our webcam and our game with two different setups here. So what else should we add in order to have a good streaming experience? One of the things I definitely recommend, particularly if you are going for the whole hog 24-hour stream thing, stay hydrated, eat food, take breaks. This is important. Maintain your sanity and your health while you're streaming. So what should we do for that? We should have a sort of AFK, what's called a slate, which takes up the whole of your screen. So again, we are going to make a new scene. We're going to click the plus, and then I tend to call them by what I want them to be. So AFK is for when I'm going AFK, you know, this is all pretty straightforward stuff. So we made an AFK. Again, we're back to this position we were in before, where on the right-hand side is what I'm recording for you guys, on the left-hand side is nothing. Okay, great. So again, wonderful, wonderful Erin has made us some awesome AFK things. This is going to be the easiest one. So here we go. We're going to drag and drop. Whoop, boop. And we're going to embiggen. Why has this not worked? Okay, I think this is Dropbox. All right, so let's try this again. Video banners. During event. I think that this has grabbed the bloop. There we go. All right, this is what we wanted. Okay, so now we're gonna drag and drop this one in, and it's gonna be the right size. That was my mistake. Okay, cool. Remove the wrong one. And so this one is basically a banner. And we make it perfect size because Erin is awesome. It is exactly the right size. It's everything we ever wanted. It fills up our screen nicely. And, oops, cancel. So this basically allows us to say, like, look, we're tired, we're taking a break, we've been streaming for a really long time, and we are going to transition into this. So now what it says is, currently taking a break, check the schedule below for the next Play for Planned Parenthood streaming session today. This allows you to just walk away from your computer, scratch your nose, you know, play with your hair, which I do constantly anyway, so don't stress too much about doing that sort of thing. Take a drink, that kind of stuff. Do remember, when you do this, when you transition over to this, like I'm going away from my computer, that it does not mute your audio. Do remember that. So definitely remember to either, you know, hit the mute button, or if you've got a hardware mute button on your mic, which is a button on the microphone itself that mutes it, push that, or down here in the mic/aux section of OBS, you can hit this. You see, you couldn't hear me then, and I was making all sorts of fun noises and you missed out. So you can hit this to mute your microphone in OBS, so you're no longer sending your microphone out to the internet. So yeah, just to recap there, this doesn't mute your microphone. You see, you can still hear me, doesn't mute your microphone. Please remember to mute your microphone. Like, you know, so many people have broadcast terrible sounds that they wouldn't want anyone to hear by accidentally not muting their microphone. Another thing that you can do here is if you have like some game sounds going or some music going, that will come through your desktop audio right here. So for sake of exhibition, I'm going to turn on my WoW game sounds briefly. So there you go, you see. There's some Orgrimmar music. And I can transition, and I can shut off my mic. And all you can hear is the Orgrimmar sounds, like just some good Orgrimmar music. And I'm going to mute that because that's going to cause me all sorts of video editing problems, and I just did that. Good job, Olivia. So that's your slate. And if the pink is a little bit too crazy for you, she's also done a fantastic dark look one. Copy and place, which is here. And there you go, a little bit more sort of like mellow, a bit more late night, so that you're not blinding your viewers with this incredibly bright banner when it's like 3 AM. That's because Erin is awesome. So you've got this sort of night mode and you've got the day mode. She's also made some that are for before the event, which talk about the I'm sorry, I'm just grabbing them because the way I grabbed them didn't actually work. Which talk about the different schedule. Before event, come on, let's do this one. And so you can set this as your banner on your actual stream before the event starts. So it says, join me on March 4th at 10 AM PST rather than I am currently streaming. So again, these are all really straightforward to drop in, and you could drop this in, you know, with some music before you start your stream. It's generally good practice before you start your actual stream to sort of show a slate like this and play a little bit of music for a short time, just to give people a chance to get going. And remember, of course, that there's a 30-second delay on your stream. So anything you say, like let's say I say the word 1, this word one will not get to the people on the internet for 30 seconds, basically. So when people are responding to you in chat, remember that there's that 30-second offset. That's just how Twitch works. It's kind of a safety thing. But yeah, just bear that in mind when you're talking with people and being like, wait, why is no one listening to me? It's because everyone's 30 seconds offset from you. That's what's going on. Cool, so now we've got our first one, we've got our one with the more simple setup, which doesn't have the schedule place here, and we've got our AFK scene. Are there any other things we should set up? Sure, I mean, if we want to play a different game, we could add a different game in here. We could like get rid of WoW and show a different game. We can do exactly the same in this one. We can add as many games into here as we like, and we can do more AFK banners, we can do more detail information. Basically, when you're setting up scenes, the sky is the limit and the world is your oyster. There's some other more complicated stuff we can do, which I'll get to later on in this video, which is getting exceedingly long at this point. But for your basic setup, you're basically done. So when I stream, I normally have the equivalent of one of these two, so gameplay plus webcam, and I have an AFK slate, which is, you know, it's not actually that one, it's this one, taking a break, and I basically have that, and that's it. That's enough for me and for most people. Like, you're either on and you're playing a game, or you're taking a break, or you're not on, in which case you're going to pull your stream down by hitting stop streaming. So at this point, you're basically done. Now, if you want to be handling donations, if you want to be having some like fun little alerts, anything along those lines, that's what I'm going to be getting to in the more advanced section of this video. But if this is what you want, then you are done. Congratulations. If you want to watch the advanced bit, stop back in just a